Today for 4.1b, we are continuing with our angles, but we are dealing with radians. Angles in trig. So let me give you a little set to what to do with radians. So 0 obviously is 0 degrees. Then the next one is pi over 2, which is the equivalent of 90 degrees, because 90 divided by 180 is 1/2. Or in this case, I like to think of a half. And then going on from that, from pi over 2, pi is 180 degrees, or I think of it as a full 1. And then from there, 3 pi over 2, or 3/2, is 270 degrees, because we're adding on another 1/2, or as I like to think of this as 3/2. And then from there, a full circle is 2 pi, or 360 degrees, gives us a full circle, and I think of the number 2. So when I think of my fractions in terms of radians, anything between a half, anything less than a half is going to be less than 90 degrees. Anything between a half and 1 is going to be between 90 and 180 degrees. Anything between 1/2 and 1 and 1/2 and 1 is going to be between 180, 270, and anything between 3/2 to a full 2 is going to give me between 270 and 360. So if I were going in the positive direction this way, right, this would be pi over 2, this would be pi, this would be 3 pi over 2, and then I would end up, this would be 0, I would end up at 2 pi. If I were going in the opposite direction, the negative direction this way, right, then this would be negative pi over 2. This would give me negative pi. This would be negative 3 pi over 2, right, if I'm going that way. And then this would be negative 2 pi, just to try to orient yourself a little bit, to reminder as you're going through dealing with radians, as you get the question. So let's start off with some examples. Okay. Let's say our first example, we are given pi over 3. And they want us to figure which quadrant that is in. Quick reminder of quadrants. This is quadrant 1, quadrant 2, 3, and 4. Pi over 3, we're going to start here always at this line. This is a positive number. It is pi over 3, which is 1/3. 1/3 is less than 1/2. Yeah, it is less than 1/2. So I know it's going to be somewhere in here. Doesn't have to be exact. So I know this is going to be in the first quadrant. What about if we had another one, let's say negative 4 pi over 3. Well, let me try to see if we can do other colors. Let's make that purple. It's awesome. Okay, so negative, we're going to go in the negative direction. We'll start here always at our x-axis. Go into the negative direction. 4/3, it's greater than a half. It is greater than 1, but is it 4/3 is what? 1 1/3? Not quite. So it's greater than a half. it's greater than 1. It is not bigger than 1.5. It's 1 1/3, right? 1 1/3. 1 1/3 is less than 1 1/2. So it has to be somewhere in here in this negative direction. So I know it has to land up in the second quadrant. Let's deal with radians and then drawing an angle with radians. Let's say we are given the radian 17 pi over 6 radians, and they want us to draw it. First things I know, it is a positive angle, so I know my curvature is going to be positive, so it's going to go in the counterclockwise directions. So I'll start here. 17 6. Let's see how many numbers that is. How many sixes is that? There is, if I did 17 and divide that by 6, there are 2, right? 12. 17 minus 6 is 5, so 2 remainder. So this is 2 and 5 6. Yeah, so 2 and 5 6. So here, this means I need to go 2, remember, is my 360 degrees. So I need to go all the way around one circle, one full loop. So 1. 5 6 is, let's think about this logically. It is not quite a full 1. It is a little bit less than full 1. So somewhere around here, yeah. It is bigger than a half, but it's not quite 1. So this could be 5 6. So this would be my angle if I had to draw it in standard form, given that radian.